This is the Binge movie podcast where we tackle a different franchise and work our way through one movie at a time, and we drink. I'm your host, Joshua Ryan. With me, as always, my co-host, Timbo Jones, also known as Tim Skulls. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? Let's do this. I'm excited.
Also joining us, we have a great guest host here. We have Matt. How's it going, Matt?
Great to be here. Thanks for having me. Love John Wick, so happy to get into it.
It's a good franchise to go into. Now, me and Matt, we actually used to do a podcast several years ago, Cinema Stubs, where we would review the new release movie of the week. It's a little harder to do. You gotta, commit to going to the theater like every Thursday or early to see the movie and then record. But I'm glad to be back behind the mic with you. What are you drinking, Matt?
I have... It's called Lucky One Lemonade.
Oh,
we had a boat weekend a couple weeks ago, and a bunch of random drinks got left in my cooler, and I've never had this before.
Uh-huh.
Felt like a good night for it.
Is it refreshing?
Well, let's find out. Ooh. Yeah, that's good.
Oh.
Raspberry vodka lemonade. Hard to go wrong there.
Sweet. Tim, what about you? What you got in the glass?
Best tasting booze, Matt, is free booze. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that is true.
I have a Hopping Nomad IPA.
Oh, okay.
I got this at my local Aldi's store for $7.99.
I love Aldi. I love Aldi. You're an IPA
I love
guy.
Aldi, yeah. I do like the IPAs. But I'm drinking it out of my frosty silver mug that I drank out last time.
I know that mug.
Yeah, it's from the new Dragons over there. I was able to go to the Epic universe. What are you drinking there, Josh?
I am drinking. The good people at Universal Pictures actually sent me this bottle of Dead Guy whiskey. It is an American single malt whiskey, and they sent it to me in honor and celebration of Nobody 2. Got the glass here. Now being able to be watched at home, digital, the physical media is coming, and it just felt like a good pairing here because John Wick and Nobody, they go hand in hand. They're just badass older dudes kicking ass. Action.
Is it confirmed? Are they in the same universe?
I don't think that they've confirmed it. I mean, the first John Wick and the first Nobody story are so... I mean, it's the same writer, right?
And there's so many similarities in terms of like the world building and the basic groundwork.
Yeah. They're almost the same, because I rewatched Nobody, the first one, almost right after rewatching John Wick for our first episode, and it's like, okay, they're both older, retired guy, stuck in a rut, gets out of it, and has to fight the Russian mob, and he's got
always
all these
the
skills.
Russians.
It's always the Russians and Germans. We know this. Matt, did you catch up? Did you watch them both, or just go to 2?
So I had already rewatched all 4 earlier this year.
Oh, okay.
In I don't know, March or something. Nice. So I rewatched 1 and 2 in prep for this.
Okay. What's your background with John Wick? Were you always a big fan? Did you see them in theaters?
So
when did you get on the boat?
I didn't see one in theaters until the third one. I was just a young, dumb 24-year-old when the first one came out, and I thought it sounded so stupid. Yeah. And looking back on it, that's the right reaction, because even then, this was like the perfect type of movie for me. And I wasn't like a huge Keanu guy at that point. My only, like, I hadn't seen Speed yet. I hadn't seen Point Break yet. My basically only Keanu knowledge was from him in Hardball and The Replacements.
Oh,
and I knew of him as
for Keanu.
Well, they came out in 01, 02, or 2000, 01, and so as an 11-year-old, perfect movies for me at that point. So I knew Keanu as Shane Falco and the degenerate gambler and kind of the joke guy. So when it came up that he was going to be in this action movie, for me, it didn't really mean much. And I thought, oh, this guy's dog gets kidnapped or killed or however the previews made it sound, and he goes on a rampage. Whatever. Just kind of ignored it. Then 2 came out. Didn't really hold much water, so I hadn't seen the first one. And then the third one, or at some point, because I saw it in 2018, I looked back, because I keep a list of when I watch movies, and I started 2017 or something. So I watched both of them in 2018. I don't know what triggered me to do it, but I just did it. And I was like, oh yeah, these movies are awesome. Why didn't I watch these sooner? They're perfect, just streamlined action movies. They're awesome. All of them.
Now, I didn't watch a single John Wick movie until the first 3 were already out on video. And that's, when I had done, like, the same thing. And then I was just like, but you know what? I'm kind of glad because these movies all take place so back to back to back, which is one of the things I wanted to talk about because they're all a good, 3-4 years apart when they're made. But in the timeline, we're talking days and from 2 to 3 like minutes, like they take place right after one another. So I was kind of glad that I waited till I could watch the first 3 I just like binged them. I just watched 1, then I watched 2, and then I watched 3, and I was like, oh, this is sweet. And then the first one that I saw in theaters was 4. Tim, I know I asked you about the first one. Did you didn't see that in theaters? Did you see this one in theaters? When did you start? When did you get on John Wick 3?
If I remember, I'm pretty sure I saw the first one in theaters. My brain has been foggy.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go back and check the tape. I think you said you didn't. I think you're lying.
But the biggest thing, though, hold on. Let's stop talking about me right now. Matt, you were 11 at you were in
No. So when my first replacements in Hardball, my Keanu introduction when I was probably like 10 or 11.
So we're missing Bill and Ted 1 and 2.
I have seen Bill and Ted, but it was probably a few years after that. I guarantee, I don't remember which one, but either the replacements or Hardball was my first Keanu exposure that I can at least remember.
Yeah, okay. I was like, how we miss Bill and Ted and Speed. Oh, man. Dude, the other day I saw a kid wearing a Shane Falco jersey. I was like, yo, footsteps. I go, yo, footsteps. And he walked. He's like, yo, what up? It was really funny. So
that's awesome.
I did see this one in theaters because the first one was so good. So I do have the love for I don't know if I have this love for Keanu because I don't like everyone's all about him. He's in like you said last time, he was in SpongeBob. He's just pulling up in cameos everywhere. They're gonna have the Keanu Day with the third Bill and Ted, which I still have not seen. So no, I enjoy it. But you're right. These movies, I mean, especially going into the beginning of this movie where he finally gets his car, which I'm sure we're going to talk about, and kind of ends that chapter. These movies are right on top of each other. So
which is crazy for Keanu being the age he is, because we said he's like 50 in the first one when we looked at.
Oh yeah.
So when you're at a certain age like that, you just age more noticeably, more quicker. So these movies are all filmed and released over the course of a decade, but are all meant to take place in the same essentially week. Really? Wow.
Yeah, but does he look like he's?
No, he looks great.
Aging,
I mean, I'm not.
He looks great.
Him. I'm just saying.
They're not trying to make him look like he's some fresh-faced 25-year-old hitman, but then they don't necessarily play up that he's this old guy. He's old for his profession, but he looks normal and he gets hit, he gets hurt. He is like a Superman who can be hurt. Basically, is what it comes down to. That he's got all the skills, but he's limping, he gets stabbed, so they do old him up a little bit, which is good.
Yeah, and him leaving the profession, I always took it as more, not that he was getting aged out or anything, but it was more so that he found a way out, that he could finally live. It was for love. I did it for love. He could finally relive the rest of his life and not have to be this assassin anymore, and then he gets pulled right back in once he thinks
always happens. So this movie released in 2017, 3 years after the first one. We have a runtime of 2 hours and 2 minutes, whereas the previous one was an hour and 41 minutes. So they decided to up it a pretty good bit. It's like they were like, we can get 20 more minutes of action in here. Although I do want to ask, as we get more into it, did they really get 20 more minutes of action? I feel like there's a lot less action as far as how much it fills out the runtime in this movie. I feel like this movie is considerably slower than I remembered, especially in the middle chunk of the movie.
Which part are you talking about from?
Just the middle chunk.
I know, I'm trying to think. After he kills the chick?
Well, we'll get to it. So we got Chad Stahelski coming back in, stuntman extraordinaire, acting as the director. Again, written by Derek Kolstad. So it's the same creative team behind the camera. All right, this time we get a budget of $40 million, doubled from the last one. Last one was a hit. Last one worked. People liked it.
You got to up that neon light budget.
Yeah, man.
At the box office, we got $171 million worldwide, $92 million of which is in the States. And it was estimated that Keanu Reeves made in the range of $1 to $2.5 million from this movie. It's not a bad payday. I mean, he's putting his body through a lot of damage, but it's not a bad payday. We got 2 taglines for this movie per IMDb. Only 2. 1, never stab the devil in the back. I think it's a good one.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good advice.
2, the only way out is back in. Also really good. I feel like they're just both really good. You got to pick one, though, Tim. I like the only way out is back in. Feels more menacing.
I like that, but also, like Matt said, it's good advice. Don't stab the devil in the back.
It's true. Do it to his face.
I like that, but do they ever call him the devil? I mean, they call him the guy you call in to kill the boogeyman.
Right.
He is the Baba Yaga. He's the boogeyman.
Yeah. So I think in a vacuum, the devil one is better, but I think the only way out is back in fits the movie better.
Fits better.
Yeah.
Even though like he literally gets stabbed, in the back by what's the guy's name? Santino? Santini?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I want to talk about that when we get there. Oh, I got some thoughts.
So I have written here, how long after the first movie is this set? Pretty damn soon. It doesn't give us an exact, but it's, I mean, within a couple days, I feel like, right? This is
and he's going to, it opens with him getting his car back. Mm-hmm. And it's, I mean, so it's got to be, like you said, a couple days maybe.
At most.
Yeah. I would think so, too. I can co-sign on that. And it's still the classic actor who always plays the Russians in, like, every movie, even in Armageddon.
Talking about Peter Stormare.
We're going to get to
Peter Stormare.
Yeah. I don't remember names, but yes.
Keanu's looking a little sleeker here, I think. He's got his hair slicked back. I like how it opens up with this. We got the car-bike chase that leads us into the chop shop. It's a real strong opening. I think this action opening here is maybe even stronger than any of the action we get in the first movie. And it's like our intro. I think they really were like, let's hook them up, pull them in right in the beginning. What do you think about this opening?
Yeah, I mean, it throws you into the fire. Rewatching, obviously you know what's happening, but watching it new, you're not really sure like what's going on, and then it becomes clear, oh, he's getting his car back. But it opens up with that cool silhouette with that guy getting hit on the bike, and he goes like onto the shadows onto the building. Like that's one thing that as these go on, they're so well made and like so well shot and framed. Like this one has a bunch of the stylized like neon lighting that they go completely ham on the next two.
Oh yeah.
But it starts here, and it just fits. It fits as well as anything in any other action franchise. Oh yeah, of course, the John Wick New York is going to have these bright purple and pink and yellow and green neons. But yeah, it starts off just at 100.
Yeah, in my notes, I just wrote, the first thing I wrote is, let's go.
And that's a good note.
It's a great note because you just hear that car, that rumble of that American muscle, and then you just know it's him. Like, you don't see him until he finally comes out of the darkness, but you know it's him, and you're like, yo, he's stalking this poor guy on the bike. He needs something. Then smashes into him, gets out. We still don't even see his face. Walks over, picks the thing out of his jacket. Boom, right back in it. Let's fucking go.
And we don't know what the jacket thing is quite at this moment. We're not certain.
No, the key card the like, it's like looks like a hard metal, actually.
Right.
Like looked heavy.
But I had forgotten Peter Stormare was in this movie, which, like you said, he is one of those character actors. He's one of those that guy actors who's always showing up. They need a Russian guy. He's there. Armageddon. He's the Russian up on the Sputnik or whatever. He's just great at playing the. He's cool, but he's over your shit, and he's a little crazy, and maybe he's a cool hang, but also you don't want to fuck with him. He's just great at just vibing in that. And I had forgotten he was in this. So he plays the uncle of the little Russian mob boy that John Wick is after the first one, so the brother of the Russian badass. And I like that they kept it in the family. I like that it was still like... this little Russian mob boy went in, fucked with his dog, stole his car, and it is just rippling throughout an entire, elite family of badasses still. I like this. What do you guys think of him? I like that you keep calling him little Russian mob boy. I can't remember his name. Theon Greyjoy from...
Hey, little Dutch boy.
That going back to the first movie, casting Alfie Allen in that role in like the height of Game of Thrones was just perfect. Theon's a huge bitch in Game of Thrones, and he plays just the Russian mobster version of him. It was perfect. But I love the callback in this one where they go, it's not just a car, it's John Wick's car. And the guy goes, exactly like the first one. It's just like, you say John Wick, and you're like, we fucked up.
Yes.
So go on.
what I was going to say, they did a great job finishing the first movie in the beginning of this movie.
Right.
Because you watch it in the first movie when John finally becomes John again, sledgehammers, takes the shower, you see the tattoos on his back. He's getting ready to go to work.
That shower. You really like
dude. Oh, he was dripping. But he gets going, right? He becomes the boogeyman again, right? But in this one, it's the reversal, if you caught it. So he gets his car back. It all gets jacked up. But when he gets back home, what does he do? He starts putting the cement pieces back together because everything was still left out from when he left a few days earlier that we're going to go with. So he's putting that back together. He redoes it all. He's got the new dog. He goes to take a shower. And when he takes a shower, he puts his normal clothes on. Like, it finally was like, we are done. Like, it's done. That story of revenge is over. And I was like, that was actually a really cool bookending of those two, like, metamorphoses into the killer again and then back into the normal guy's life, which I thought was I liked that they showed us that. I thought it was really awesome.
Yeah, no, it was good. He tries to retire again, but again, you can't trust Peter Stormare telling him you're going to retire. It's not going to work. Yeah. We know this much. We get Johnny Leguizamo back, short little bit, but Matt, okay, so our editor, our producer of the show, when he was editing it was like, why are you guys raving about John Leguizamo? You guys act like he's great. And I was like, he is great.
He is great.
What are your thoughts?
What's his character's name?
I don't even know.
The chop shop guy, whatever it is. Yeah, this is like a perfect Leguizamo role.
Carmen?
Perfect use of him.
Like, he's in, did you either of you watch, what's that, Smoke on Apple TV?
I saw it. I haven't watched it yet. Is it good?
Not really, but I didn't like it. But Leguizamo's in that, and he's at like a 12, and it's awesome. And he in Violent Night, that David Harbour military Santa movie, Leguizamo, incredible. So like when he shows up, if you give him the right role, which this is the right role for him, it's just a knockout.
Yeah, he just plays it so cool. Then, okay, who's the guy? I have the note here, but I didn't flesh it out here. The one dude's meeting with John Wick, and he says, no one gets out and comes back without repercussions. It gives them the marker. It seems intense, but we don't really know what it means in this moment. You guys know what scene I'm talking about here?
Yeah.
We learn later that it's like an IOU. So he has to do whatever this guy is saying or die. The dude with the marker wants Wick to kill his sister to secure his seat at the High Council. It's very simple. It sounds convoluted, but it's really just simple. He's like, hey, I get to call you out whenever I want. Now you got to do this thing. And John Wick's just like, no. And he's like, no, you have to. And that's when we start to learn that there's more rules here. Remember, we talked about the rules and the code and all this stuff runs deeper.
See, this is where I got actually disappointed. Because in the first one, I love it so much. Whenever I talk about it, I love the world building where they don't force feed you what's going on. Like we talked about, the coins and the Continental and like all that stuff. You're like, no one ever said like, this is how you pay for things and get things to do, get people to kill people because they give you a coin.
Here.
No, that's what I'm saying. And in this though, when he has the marker, he's like, I gave you this marker, remember, because you wanted out and I helped you get out. So then you put your finger on this and bled, and then now you owe me, and then this, and then this, and that's what this marker means. I'm like, just fucking give him the marker. Let him be like, I don't want to do it. Be like, you're gonna do it because you have the marker, and like, just let us realize, oh, that means that he's got some leverage over him. That's what I was like looking for.
What if
we
don't realize, Tim?
Well, then you're a dum-dum. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I think the big point of that was so that we would know. Because they talked in the first one about the impossible task that Wick had to do. And the writing was a little bit clunky on it compared to how lean the first movie was.
That's my point.
But I feel like they felt like they had to make it clear, like, this guy helped John do whatever that task was.
Which
so there's extra weight to this.
He could have said, but I feel like they had to like over-explain what the marker was. I feel like we would have gotten it. I don't think that we needed to see it. I needed just such a spoonful. And they talk about it like 3-4 times. Like, well, you shouldn't have done a fucking marker, you know?
Do you think they over-explain the rest of it? So like jumping ahead a little bit when they go to the sommelier and all that, which I love those parts. But do you think the rest of it was over-explained, or was it just the marker part for you?
I think it was just the marker part for me, because when he did the sommelier, it's so cool that even though there's no one around, they're still talking.
And like their little coded language, I love it.
Well, something for dessert, a little bit robust. That was awesome. And just seeing the people then helping him What do you need this for? Business, pleasure, business, tactical. Like when he's getting suited up and getting the tailor done. I think that was fine because even when they call the receptionist or the operator. Yes, I have to.
You always use that voice.
I always use it because that's what they have the thing. They're in the room. They're actually behind this curtain. They're doing shit. You just don't see them because it's not. I can't show you. But like when when they're calling the hits, he's like accounts payable. We get it. That he's calling it a hit. He's not like, let me call in a hit right now. Accounts payable. This is what we say. You know what I mean? That was my only time during the marker. I felt like because that was very much in the beginning. That was right after John became John again. And he just like showed up at his house. He's like, yo, you're going to fucking do this. And then when he didn't do it, then they blew up his house. I was like, oh, he has to like really do that. And then like he keeps saying, sorry, I got a marker. And we're like, oh, once you have a marker, you have to do it.
Right. So I think, and they kind of touched on this. We're getting a little bit ahead, but that's okay. But they kind of touch on to where people are like, hey, you can't kill this lady. She's the boss lady. And he's like, I got a marker. I got told I had to. And it's like, and they're like, oh, okay. So would he still face repercussions? Because he was forced to do it, I guess is what my question. Would there still be a ripple effect? They're like, you fucked up, you killed the boss lady, even if he had to do it because he had a marker.
I mean, I feel like what happened is what would have happened. That by the high table's bylaws, I guess we'll call them, maybe there wouldn't have been, we have to take XYZ steps if you kill this person because of the marker. But then what's the dude's name? Santino, the brother?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah. But he's then within his rights to take retribution that John did it. But do people know that he called the marker? Like, that's where it gets a little convoluted.
That's what I'm talking about. Sorry, that's what I'm talking about. Because isn't like, so he has to do it, because he has the marker, which you just said. Then he goes and does it. Why is the repercussions on him? Because Santino was like, I want to seat the fucking council. You need to go kill my sister. And then when he does it, he's like, well, I have to take vengeance upon you because what kind of a brother would I be if I didn't go and kill you? But then, like, John
Twerpy is, though. He's a smarmy, sneaky, conniving twerp.
100%. But when John tells Common that, Common's not like...
We haven't even gotten to that Commons in this yet.
I forgot that his name. I forgot his character name. Cassian. Well, to me, it's always Common. He's just so cool. It's Common.
Fair enough.
Great name. So Cassian is like, she's my ward. Now I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'd be like, bro, it's not me. It's her brother. Fucking go kill him. You know what I had to do. Why is this on me? Like, I didn't get that when everyone's like, oh, professional courtesy or this or that.
Because you don't have honor, Tim. You don't.
I have honor. Yeah, but John's telling everybody what did it. I would have like just texted everyone's group chat and been like, yo, it's really Cassian, so high table, if you get this, he fucking killed her. Are you guys going to go after him? Like, why is it? Don't kill the messenger is all I'm trying to say.
This is easily the most I've ever broken down this specific part of John Wick 2. I'm thinking on the fly here.
This is what
I don't
really
think it was intended when they wrote this movie. I don't think it was intended to be talked about like this, but
I agree with you. It just bothered me so much because I'm like, they just wrote it because they're like, clearly we had to have this happen, and this is just what's going to happen. Where I'm like, but anyone else would be like, well, if it's a fucking brother who did it, like, then go get him. Like, sure, we can kill John, but shouldn't we go after the fucking brother too? Like, now, he's the one paying for this.
Does John? I know he tells people he had a marker. Does he tell people it was her brother?
He doesn't tell everybody.
Is there some like assassin's code where you can't say?
I was gonna say, I feel like he has too many
details on the.
No, but he didn't. Because he told,
like, Winston knows.
Winston knows, and he told Common or fucking what's his name, the character.
Just Cassian.
He told Cassian, and Winston, and you'd be like, okay, like. It didn't seem like there was that much honor if he's telling the one dude who's trying to kill him and his buddy from the Continental. You think word would spread around? You got fucking Morpheus over here knowing everything that's going on. You think that they would fucking figure it out that, with his little pigeons.
Before we get too far, because this is when we start getting.
I'm getting fired up, Josh.
Pigeon assassins. There was one thing I wanted to talk about. One thing I want to talk about before we get to Rome, before we make it into all this stuff. His house explodes. John Wick's house explodes, and who do we get? We get Jimmy, the cop, back. We talked about him in the first one, and he pops back up, and he asks the same question. You working again, John? And I'm like, didn't you asked him this yesterday? Like, the first movie was yesterday, and he told you, yeah. Like, yeah, he's working. Come on.
Well, he said he was sorting some shit out, I thought.
I think I can read. Listen, a good cop would be able to read between the lines. You working again? All these dead bodies? Yeah, I'm sorting some stuff out. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe there's working, coming back to pick up a part-time shift to help somebody out, and then there's working coming back full-time.
Sure,
that's true. I think he's full-time now, not by choice. But so, like we said, we end up in Rome. We talked about we get a montage of him prepping. I love a good montage. He's picking his guns.
So sick.
He's picking his suits.
Even
that's
Rocky had a montage.
You don't like a montage?
No, I said even Rocky had a montage. It's a callback to South Park.
Don't come at me with montage, dirt. He's getting his guns. Listen, whiskey was a good choice. I'm feeling it a little bit. If you haven't noticed.
Let's go.
We get that montage. This one takes just a lot longer to get going. When you were asking me when am I saying it slows down, it's really from about here. From about here until he confronts his target, the main boss lady that he's got to kill. There's a big slump of just kind of moving and talking to assassins, which, listen, I don't mind a talkie. I don't mind, a talkie movie, but it just felt like tonally and pace-wise, it shifted in a way that didn't engage me nearly as much as the first one.
See, I thought this was a point where they're like, okay, they're starting to have some fun with this right now.
Yeah.
The first one was just like lean and bare bones, mostly just like guy lost his dog and his wife. You got to kill some people now, in and out. And now they're adding to it. They're doing the world building. They're like we said before. They've got the coded language even when no one ostensibly is listening or watching. But they're just being like, what can we do to make this more interesting? And yeah, maybe they could have cut some of it out, but overall, it's just like, oh yeah, they're just enjoying making this stuff up as they're writing down. It's like, oh yeah, what if we did this? It's like college buddies at 2 a.m. after the bar, just making up ideas of what it sounds like, and it just works.
What if Morpheus had pigeons?
Exactly.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, get a crew of bums around New York City.
Okay, so we are almost an hour into the movie before John Wick comes face to face with Gianna, whatever her name is, and then she just kills herself in a tub.
Dude, she goes out the way Marcus went out the same way. They're like, yo, I'm going out my way. I'm not going out your way. Marcus did it.
Well, Wick still shoots her. He's still just like, fuck you, I get it. Pop, pop.
Dude, because he's a zombie killer, bro. We already discussed this. Headshot all day.
Well, isn't that...
run through the rave.
Isn't that...
I love it.
I don't know if they say this, but doesn't he still shoot her so, superstitiously, if you kill yourself, you don't get into... heaven or the good afterlife, whatever you believe in. Something. So he kills her so that her actual death wasn't by her own hand.
Oh, I thought that he killed her just to prove that he was there and he killed her.
I've heard both of those.
The zombie thing.
Matt, no, I said last time that if I was in a zombie apocalypse, John Wick would be the best because he does all headshots. Dude, he gets you in the chest and then he gets you in the head.
Yeah, there's one scene, I think in the club, he shoots the dude in the kneecap, he goes down, and he just perfectly aimed right at the head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows
what do y'all think about Ruby Rose?
I liked her when I first saw the movie, and then she did the Batwoman show, and I was very excited for her to be in that, and then she or something happened and then left the show, and then I was very upset. And then
and then they wrote it in that somebody just changed her face, right? A character did a face change on her.
No, I think it was a friend or something. I honestly didn't. I just didn't want to watch it. And then because then it started coming out it was someone else's and it was her and this and that. So then watching it again now, it's like, is she fun to work with or is she a pain to work with? So it kind of left a salty taste in my mouth.
She first really hit the scene. I'm pouring myself more whiskey. Don't mind me. She first really hit the scene with, that's a lot, with Orange is the New Black. And when she first came on, she was just this androgynous lady that drove men and women both simultaneously crazy. Everybody was drooling over her when she first came out on Orange is the New Black. And then she got a real bad reputation fairly quickly. Yeah, and then just kind of disappeared from Hollywood based off just her bad reputation.
Did you like that she was?
I thought she was cool in this.
Did you like that they made her deaf in this and had sign language and stuff like that?
Sure, I think that worked less well for me this time. It felt more gimmicky Like the first time for sure, it was like, oh, this is cool. It's just something new. They're having fun with the sign language. Of course, John knows sign language. They're talking to each other. But the more you watch, and I mean, if we're nitpicking, like, because this movie is awesome. Like, if you're gonna find something to even complain about, it's like what's the purpose behind her being deaf?
Yeah.
Or mute? Is she just mute or is she deaf too?
I mean, I thought maybe she's not deaf. Maybe she's just mute. I didn't really think about that much.
Then why would John Wick sign language to her? Or does he sign language to her?
He does.
He does. Okay.
But I mean, either way, it felt this time more gimmicky than I've ever thought of it before.
Dude, I felt the same way.
And it's not like it's, oh, well, I hate this scene now because this is happening. It was just like, oh, that is not as fun as it was before for me. But I've also seen this movie about 7 times probably, so maybe that's part of it.
This was only my second time watching it. I'm doing my...
Oh, yeah?
I've watched all of them once, so as we record for the show, it is my first rewatch of all of them. Until we get to Ballerina, that'll be my first. Dude, I love that they have a Continental in Italy as well. This place is like the White Lotus. They just got them all over, man.
About as disastrous as the White Lotus, too.
Exactly. They should give the Continental its own show, like the White Lotus.
I want to see John Wick just learning sign language.
We're going to ignore that the Continental exists, was the joke there.
You know? Like, just imagine John Wick trying to, like, learn sign language, and he's like, what the fuck? No, it goes, like...
Oh, no, he for sure got it immediately.
You think so?
He had no trouble with it.
He's like a fast learner. Oh, man. I'm so jealous. You think they downloaded into him, like The Matrix?
Probably.
Anyway... you have your own, and then you have like your own version of Winston over there, which is pretty dope. I love that his first thing, it's such an Italian like Catholic thing. He's like, "You're not here to kill the Pope, are you?" And he's like,
was insane.
All right, thank God.
And then Giada's meeting with like cardinals in the club.
Yes,
did you notice that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I was like, what is happening? So then maybe the whole religious thing does kind of stand, like you're saying, Matt. So maybe that is kind of something there with John killing her, so she didn't kill herself to go to hell.
That's not my theory. I'm not going to take credit for it. I heard it somewhere else, but I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah. It's like most things. I hear them, then I just say them.
So we see after this, John, just running through the city, and then they have everybody is like, this is where we talked about in the first episode, how it just grows to the point to where it's like everybody, for some reason, is just an assassin. There's a violinist is an assassin.
This is so funny.
Yeah. I put sumo assassin, but I don't even remember that. Was there a sumo assassin?
Were you drinking and watching this?
I don't know if he's sumo, but he's a large Asian man.
Yeah. Okay. Pushes him through
sumo
stuff.
Assassin.
Yeah.
We finally see the pencil kill. We talk about pencil kills a lot, and then we get to see one, and it's a new pencil kill. So he's killed multiple people with pencils.
Yeah.
This is different.
I love that the lore is now proven true, because they're like, the whole first one was like, yo, he by a few different people, they were like, he killed him with a pencil, a fucking pencil.
And then some people doubted it. They're like, really? Is this just like a myth? Is this like a legend? No.
But so then my question to you guys, well, first of all, that one where he had him like against the wall and just slammed his head into it was awesome. He stabbed the guy in the ear. Who had a better pencil trick, John Wick or the Joker?
Well, I knew this was coming up. I knew it was coming up. I thought I was prepared. I'm still not prepared. I'm going to go John Wick, though. I mean, because John Wick was in action. This guy was fighting back.
Yeah.
When the Joker did it, it was like a prank on this guy. A deadly prank. But it
was
I'd
go John Wick. Yeah.
John Wick went through the ear.
I would actually, now it's a pen, I would put the Joker at number 3. Because I think in the Bourne Identity, when he's got the pen in the office, and he starts like stabbing the dude in the arm, those are better because they're like in the moment impromptu. Like, what do I have here that can be a weapon? The Joker planned this. Little try.
But he doesn't. But in the Wick one, he stabs the guy in the hand. He rips it out. So he never. I don't think he ever kills the guy in Bourne. I don't think he kills him.
No, the dude jumps out the window.
That's right. Yeah, he jumps out.
But just in terms of like Joker, using it, just like the quick stab with it.
Yeah.
So we talked about it. Yeah. We talked about the reunion. Sorry, I'm cutting you off here because we got to talk about Fishburne.
Cut me off.
Got to talk about Fishburne. We talked about him being in here, the Lord reigning assassin of the pigeon and the homeless, and he comes back. This is, I think, our first reunion of Keanu and Fishburne post Matrix stuff, right? They haven't been in anything else together, right? But that was like a big thing. People were like, Lawrence Fishburne and Keanu Reeves back together. They're both badasses, but we don't really get to see Fishburne be a badass. I mean, okay, we see him be a badass, but not physically badass. He is a domineering presence. Who knows his shit and people respect and fear. He's a badass in that sense. He's just plays the boss. So good, dude. He is so cool. Lawrence Fishburne is just so cool. What did you guys think about seeing him together again? Did it make you happy?
It was.
Why do you say
it wasn't? I mean, that part of it wasn't really anything for me. I am like the first Matrix is good, obviously, but like I'm not this huge. Oh, it's this epic, sci-fi, tale of our time. And second two, I'm whatever. And the fourth one I think sucks. So I mean, like for me personally,
I think you're in safe company.
Like for me personally, plus I didn't watch, kind of like other Keanu, I didn't watch The Matrix when it was like current.
Oh man!
So I mean, I was 9 when it came out, and I wasn't allowed to watch it.
Dude, that shit was like through the roof when The Matrix was in theaters. Like the sequels. I mean, that had like the whole huge campaign of the soda cans were in the Matrix screen and stuff like that. I was excited for it. I do agree the first Matrix is the best of the Matrixes because it ends really good, and then they decided to go left turn.
Matrix
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so perfect. It is perfect. But I was excited to see them back together again. I wasn't sure how long they were going to be. I wasn't sure if it was going to be just like a cameo. So I wasn't expecting them to fight back to back and I know Kung Fu and get it going again. I did like that he was like the Don of the fake homeless and the pigeons. What were they doing with the
Bowery
pigeons?
King.
Yeah, the Bowery King. That's right. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Homeless, or are they really homeless? Do they live on the street, or do they have a home that they go to?
Well, I mean, it doesn't help the conspiracy theory that like there's rich people that pretend to be homeless that then have like Jaguars and Mercedes. Like you'll see them like beg for change and then they'll like get in a nice expensive sports car. I know a bunch of people that have seen it too. Yeah, it's kind of sad that they feel compelled to do that, assholes. But anyway, I was excited to see them together, and I lost my train of thought. So Josh, what do you think?
I saw the first Matrix in theaters. I was also too young to go. And I think it might have been the first R-rated movie I saw in theaters. My grandma just got on a kick where she took me to see movies I shouldn't be seeing, Jeepers Creepers and The Matrix and things like that. And I remember to Jeepers Creepers. Yeah, in The Matrix, the scene where the agents put the mechanical
I knew exactly
bug
you were going to say this. Yep, I knew exactly what you were going to say.
Into the belly button. I was a kid, and I freaked the fuck out. And I literally was like covering my eyes and just saying repeatedly in my head, I shouldn't have come to see this movie. I shouldn't have come to see this movie. I was so freaked out. It's not even a horror movie, but that was so effective. Now, of course, after that, for the most part, there is no more real gross out stuff, and it just becomes badass action. And I had a blast watching it. But in that moment, I just remember being like, this was a mistake. I shouldn't be here. I'm too little. So,
oh, man, that's so funny.
I was glad to see them together. I was down for it. All right.
Dude, my mom took me to go see Mortal Kombat in theaters. That was awesome.
The first one?
Yeah. I don't give a shit. People want to shit on that movie. That movie's fucking so much fun. And the great soundtrack. Mortal Kombat. Dude, let's go. All right, Josh, what's next?
Sorry, I'm trying to look at my notes here. I poured myself more whiskey, if you can.
I was about to say, is it getting blurry?
All right. So, the end. Going for the brother. I just wrote, why do they have a hall of mirrors? So, we end up in like a... But I feel like, almost any time this happens, I feel like it is, especially in an action sense like this, an homage to like Enter the Dragon, which is probably the most iconic or influential like mirrors action moment scene.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they were going for. It just seemed a little random that they're all of a sudden in a hall of mirrors.
I like to think of it as an homage to Man with the Golden Gun.
Was that James Bond?
Yes.
See, I don't watch James Bond.
You get out. I feel like the DP just wanted to have cool camera angles because when they were doing the John Wick and what's her face again? Rose?
Ruby Rose?
Ruby Rose. When they were doing that fight, most of it was like the camera just pointing down and then just like coming back up and pointing down and coming back up. And you're just like, can we just watch the fight? And it was kind of cool seeing how Wick was never fooled by the mirrors, but like obviously the henchmen were. Like they shot at his reflection and he knew where they were, so he shot like behind him. And then there was that one cool shot though of like you look like Wick's going far away from you, but then the door's open and he's like right there in your face. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't think you needed the funhouse of mirrors because
I mean, I think it works. Like, I'm not complaining. I think it worked. I'm not complaining. It's just felt a little random. I liked it. It feels like it's one of those shticks that gets kind of used a lot of times. Yeah. But I feel like it was used well. Now,
I'll say it. It was weird. I'll say it for you. It was weird. I'm not sure it was weird.
I will say, though, I really like the ending of this movie. We get John Wick. He comes face to face with the brother who's been fucking with him, who's been making him do things and then putting a hit on him. And it's on company grounds. So they're just like, Jonathan, walk away. Just walk away. And you're just like, he can't do nothing. And then he's just like, bam! And he just does it. And then that's when all hell breaks loose. And it builds up like it's going to be a big moment. But I feel like the music and the pacing and kind of the cutting, and when he's like, I'm going to give you a head start. And it just cuts to all these assassins opening up their texts and looking.
Well, again, how many assassins are in New York?
So many.
You're getting ahead of yourself, gentlemen. You're getting ahead of yourself.
Tim, why? What did they do?
Let me reel it in. Let me reel it in a little bit. Yes. I love the fact that Winston knew that John was going to fucking shoot him. Like, just knew it. Loved it. John didn't say anything until he shot him. And then Winston's like, what have you done? He's like, I finished it. The other guy thought he was scot-free. You know, he's like, no, home base, bro. Manhunt's over.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, no. Like you said. But John goes home after that. It doesn't go right away into the contract. It doesn't go right away into that. John goes home, back to, that's what I thought you were going to say. The pacing slows down. Goes back to him. He sits down in his burnt-out home. He's got the bracelet or whatever. When he was doing that, my question to you two fine gentlemen, did you think, I mean, John obviously knew what the repercussions were. We all know from the first movie what the repercussions are. Do you think that he was expecting them to show up and kill him in his own home, and that's where he actually wanted to die? Because that's the feeling I got. What do you guys think? Do you think he was doing it? Like, he obviously killed him,
I mean, probably,
went home, and just sat there.
That's a good thought. Now, because when I first watched this, I already knew the third one was coming. And so it was like, oh, this takes place right after the second one. So, like, the viewpoint was a little bit skewed.
Sure.
But thinking about it now, I like that a lot, actually. I'm going to say that that's what he thought.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, man, because I totally forgot about that moment as well until this rewatch. And I just was like, oh, it looks like he's, like, cool at dying. Like, it looks like he was finally like, I did everything I wanted to do. I'm fucking sad. Like
he got out again in his own way this time.
Exactly. And then he just was waiting for the four guys to show up from behind the pillars just to off him. Because even when he talks to Winston later, when they come pick him up, and he's like, why am I still alive? And Winston's like, because I dubbed it, you know, or whatever. And then everyone apparently in New York is a fucking assassin. I must have missed my card. I was too young, I guess. I didn't make it quite in the guild when I was living there.
So, I love the setup. A lot of times I don't like, a cliffhanger ending or something like that, which this essentially is. But I guess probably... You okay, Tim? Tim's choking. Beer.
I took too big of a gulp, and I was like, oh, I'm going to spit this thing out on camera. I swallowed it like a champ.
Look at us, Tim. This is what we do. We drink, we drunk, we talk movies. All right,
drink. Keep going.
I think a lot of times I don't like a cliffhanger ending, but I didn't watch this again until 3 was already out. So when I watched it and that's how it ended, I was like, fuck, what's going to happen? Oh, shit, put on 3 right now. And I just did, and I just watched it. True. Awesome. Before I ask you guys your thoughts, we got to go to a little time I call Letterboxd time. So let's look at the Letterboxd ranking for the movie. Its weighted average is 3.7 out of 5. That is based on 951,977 ratings. The most common rating was 4 stars, making up 36%. So, Matt, what is your Letterboxd rating of John Wick Chapter 2?
I bumped it up after this watch to a 4.5.
Okay. Oh, dang. Ooh. Very good. What made you bump it up? I'm guessing it was a 4 before?
It was a 4. And I watched it. I was just like, maybe it's 10 minutes too long, but like, where am I going to cut that's going to make up a difference? Who cares about that? This movie's just awesome. Like, honestly, the only thing that's making it not a 5-star is the story. The first one being so personal, and this one being just like some guy kind of just trapped him a little bit. And then 3 and 4 also like that same personal journey continuing on. This one just sticks out a little bit. Like, this is the worst of the 4, and it's still fucking awesome.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, I was just thinking about it. It's like, what reason? I try to be somewhat picky about what I'd give 5 stars to, and I know ratings. I love to rate stuff, but I know they do not matter. But like, I have the other 3 all at 5 stars. I was like, can this one also be 5 stars? No,
it could be,
but it's 4.5. It's still awesome.
Okay, that's a damn good rating. Tim, what you got of that?
My knee-jerk reaction actually was 3 stars. I honestly, kind of the things that you're saying is things that I can't get over. Was like, I was actually very upset about the whole let's explain the whole fucking marker thing. Right. And yeah, I feel like the story did end. I'm a sucker for a good revenge story, so the first one I gave 5 stars, and I like just loved that idea. Where this one, it just felt like I was doing these things, because even at the end he was like, "I'm gonna kill everyone. I'm gonna kill them all." I'm like, "Do you believe that?" I don't know if I believe that. I feel like I want to believe that, but then when he started seeing it, when he started seeing everybody, he looked worried, and I was like, "I get that you're worried, but also like you look nervous. You know, you never looked like he was fully in control of everything. He just was like doing it to do it at times." So that's why, yeah. I want, like, the boogeyman, not... He looked like the shell of the boogeyman a little bit, but still getting shit done, though.
Settling on is 3. Is that where you're landing?
Well, I like what Matt said, so I'm going to go 3.5.
Okay.
He swayed me.
I have this at... I almost went 3.5. I did, because I was like... The first one I have at a 4, and I think the first one's very good. And this one I was like, it is not as good as the first, so I almost bumped it down. But... I kept it at the 4-star rating, even though I still think first one's superior. They're both 4. First is superior. But one thing, real quick, before we end up, one thing I wanted to talk about that I had in the notes, and I probably got drunk and skipped. Common and John Wick and Keanu Reeves do a walking side-by-side.
I had that in my notes. Too.
Yeah. How did we not talk about the secret shootout?
That to me,
is it silly in a bad way, or is it effective and good?
It's silly in a good way to me.
Okay.
Like, that's what I mentioned early on, where they're just having fun with this world, and it feels like they're just trying stuff out. Like, 'cause I don't know when they made this one if they knew they were going to get a third one right away. Right. So they might have just said, "We've got our ideas. We want to try this. We don't know if we'll get a third one. Let's do this." And the mini shootout where nobody is realizing what's happening. and they're just like they're just holding so underneath.
Calmly, arms crossed, shooting at each other.
It's hilarious, and I don't know if they wanted it to be funny, but it works as a joke for me at least. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, that was the problem, because I was like, how do you keep hitting the pillar? Like, just go to shoot, but don't shoot. And then, like, when you play a video game, you're like, I keep shooting at the wrong time. Just pause for a second and then fucking shoot them. Like, you're supposed... It was either they were showing how good they both are and how well matched they are, or, like, how shitty they are at shooting each other from a fucking degree of, like, of this plane.
I mean, it feels kind of like standard action fairs. Like, they're expert marksmen until the plot needs them not to be.
Exactly, yeah. Because then John, like you said before, John every time was like, body, head, body, head, head, body, head. Like, his bullets just don't miss. That's like how good he is for some reason he just is an expert marksman with like a handgun.
For
and all
henchman number 17, he can be a perfect headshot. But for a named character, needs to be a little more drama.
Well, because Common knows to like quick, slow, quick, slow in his footsteps. It's not all quick.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that. Come on, it's kind of common.
Oh, he did it. He did it. He went there.
Oh, I should have said common knowledge. Oh, that was a better joke.
Well, you can't go back on it.
Can't go back.
All right, guys. Anyway. Well, thank you, Matt, for joining us on
Yes, Matt, thank you so much.
Sophomore episode. Only the second episode of the Binge ever. Dude. I think that we have many more to come. I think we have a ton of series we can dig through. I know you'll be back. We'll have some more, fun drinking film discussions. Maybe I won't go whiskey on the next one. I don't know. I feel like it hit me a little sooner than I expected this time.
Well, you kept saying, I'm just pouring myself some more. So, I mean, I don't care what you're drinking. That's going to do it.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, it's too tall.
You can follow us, The Binge. We are on Letterboxd. We will be keeping track and score of every movie we cover. You can follow us on Twitter, The Binge Podcast, and we will catch you guys on next week's episode. You're never going to believe it. John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum coming at you.